Hello. So we are back for part 9, I believe, of Chrono Trigger. We are at the Fated Hour, which is the second to last chapter of the game, but we do still have miles to go before we sleep. The Fated Hour is probably the longest chapter of the game, because it kind of gives us a bunch of side quests that we can deal with in pretty much any order we want. But it's worth doing all of them because of getting experience, of course. It's a good way to do that, and also it pays off with some of the sort of ultimate weapons and the best equipment in the game. So we might as well do as many of those side quests as we can, which almost certainly will be all of them. So let's get into it. So we can talk to Gaspar here first, and he will give us a kind of a rundown of some of the possible quests we can take on. There are a few different ways to get to Lavos for the final battle also. Going through the Black Omen, we can also go through the bucket there at the end of time, or we can actually take the Epoch, which results in us crashing the Epoch into Lavos' shell. It, I believe, actually eliminates one of the string of final battles for us, but also affects the ending. I like it better with the Epoch intact, so we'll probably end up going through the Black Omen probably multiple times, and then maybe using the bucket to get to the final battle itself. So yeah, the vague glimpses of events that will help us. So this hint is for Fiona's quest to rebuild the forest in medieval times. Which we might do that one first. That's one of the easier ones, and it also brings one of the sort of iconic cutscenes in the game. Certainly one of the most memorable cutscenes, I would say. So yeah, we'll probably do the Fiona Forest quest first. For Fiona Forest quest first. There we go. There's also a side quest. It's almost like each character has a side quest, and then there are a few others. So Magus has one to take out Ozzy and his fortress in medieval times. The one in the future, of course, is for Robo. The special stone, that's for the Sunstone. Frog's quest is the ghost of Cyrus, which is in a town we haven't been to yet in the present day. This is for the quest for the Rainbow Shell, which Toma mentioned way back at the beginning of the game. And this one I think is actually a mistranslation. It makes it sound like there's another quest available, but I believe this one is actually meant to be more to the effect that these are just possible things you can do. It's not actually a quest unto itself, so I don't think that message actually leaves the screen even when you complete the other ones. And you can actually talk to your characters to get even more hints as to where to go to do these side quests. So, yeah, Luca tells us where the cave with the Son of Sun is that gets us the Moonstone, which we can then turn into the Sunstone. That's Frog's quest, of course, for Cyrus's ghost. Ayla, I think, just gives a hint to the ruby armor, which we have a few sets of already. This is Robo's quest in the, I think it's called the Geno Dome, even though it looks like the factory ruins. And then we can actually get hints from Marley, Magus, and I don't think Chrono has one, since Chrono still can't talk. But yeah, here's what happens when Chrono's at the end of time. Marley has one. Actually, I don't think Gaspar mentions it, but Marley has one to kind of reconcile with her father. Magus's. So I think we'll switch to if we're doing Fiona's quest first, we actually want to bring a water-heavy party. So we'll actually bring the unlikely trio of Frog, Marley, and Magus. Chrono is not any longer a mandatory member of the party. He's also not locked into the first slot, even if you do use him. He can be placed in any position in the party. Anyway, go to medieval times for this one. And there's Fiona's hut. Unlike the Final Fantasy airships, you can land the Epoch on deserts and any part of the scenery, basically. So, yeah, he gives her the hint that the monsters here are weak to water. We forgot to do one thing, actually. So before we do this, let's actually jump to the present day. This is actually something we should have done much earlier in the game, like before the Ocean Palace. I completely forgot about it. We can go to the pyramid here near Medina Village. And now that we have the, you can do this anytime after the pendant is powered up, we can actually open the pyramid. So we can take either. The helmet, the armor is actually a helmet. I believe it's the safe helm. The weapon is the swallow sword for Chrono. And I usually take the sword because you can actually get a safe helm by other means, but you can't get another swallow sword. So we'll take that for inventory completion's sake. Now, if you get the Swallow Sword before the Ocean Palace, it actually supersedes a whole bunch of other weapons, like the Demon Edge, the Alloy Blade, the Vedic Blade, all are not as good as the Swallow. So this, if you get it early like we should have, this can last you a good chunk of the game. Unfortunately, we're not going to get as much use out of it on this playthrough. That's just my fault for forgetting about it when we got the other items that we can pick up with the pendant powered up. But we can put it on Chrono anyway. So now we'll go back to medieval times and we'll do the Sunken Desert, which is kind of a... I don't think it's very long, if I remember right. It's kind of a mini dungeon. So the pyramid actually does appear in the medieval era. It's just blocked off, but it is near Ozzy's fort, which itself is just over from where Magus's castle was. But yeah, we'll go here. We'll drop a save too. So we'll save on that slot. Alright, so Sunken Desert. So you just go into the whirlpool, basically. And there's a few items to pick up in the first screen. I think there's only 2 screens to this, as I recall. And the enemies are all weak to water, so that's why we brought these 3 characters, because they all have water attacks. Ice and water and Chrono Trigger are considered the same element, which is not always the case. Final Fantasy 6, I think, 4 and 5 also had water and ice as technically being separate elements. There's a whole bunch of hidden battle spots in this area. Of course, the other benefit to using Magus is that this can help get some of his remaining techniques. So we'll probably use Magus for a good chunk of these side quests in general. Just noticed that fire flower light was actually a little bit bright on the camera. So Marley actually, or Nadia now, we renamed her to her proper name. But yeah, come on. She has her final technique life too. Which again, I never understood why Chrono gets life 1, Marley gets life 2. Especially for Chrono, it just kind of seems out of character. Open the chest and hit the battle spot simultaneously there. Dark Mist on Magus. I think he only has 2... Yeah, he only has 2 techniques left to learn. Black Hole, which we'll probably want to do that one before fighting the Son of Sun. And there's a reason for that. And then he also gets Dark Matter, his strongest spell, which we saw in the battle against him. That Aeon suit is probably not needed on anybody. Chrono still has the red mail equipped too. Yeah, actually, if nothing else, we could give him an Aeon suit, but we had an extra one already in the inventory anyway. So, second room, and again, I think this is the room the boss appears in, so this is kind of a short dungeon. But it does have a lot of battles in it for its size. At least in that first room. That memory cap may be worth putting on somebody. I forget how that compares to the Rainbow Helm. No, actually still below the Rainbow Helm, although it may be worth using. Ah, we hit the boss. Alright. It may be worth using at a certain point in the game, anyway. That's right. Water puts his guard down but doesn't damage him. I forgot that. And actually don't want to take the core out first. So I think the core goes haywire, or the rest of it goes haywire if you leave the core, or take the core out first. So I think we want to leave that. Hopefully I don't have that backwards. Every time you attack him, his defense goes back up, so we'll hit him with another Ice 2 here. Critical from Magus. Magus, even though he is primarily a magic character, he does have some decent... maybe it is the core. If you leave the core in a last, it goes haywire. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We should be able to beat this guy fairly easily. Yeah, Magus, even though he's kind of designed as a magic user, he actually does have decent attack skills, too. Marley still has the gold stud on, so her spells are only costing like 1 and 2 magic points. And actually Magus has the, he still has his silver stud on, which I probably will go back to the magic ring on him, but yeah, his spells are inexpensive at the moment too. I don't want to heal Frog soon, as in now. To hit him with another water spell. Basically laser spin he just used there. Maybe it's if you take the core and the legs out first, the top part goes haywire. I think that's what it is. The top part. I think that's what it is. I think you want to kill the top before the legs. Ooh, that was was a nasty hit, and it healed him. Let's actually put haste on we'll do Magus and Frog, I guess. We might actually have Frog heal the Marley. Which I probably forgot to do. Oh well. I need to revive on her. Actually, Frog gets cure too, I always forget that. This is a longer battle than I remember it being. Tab. Tabby, I just noticed, is sleeping right next to me. Is he really tired? There we go. Frog got his final technique too. Alright, so I'll grab the rest of these chests. Another Aeon Helm. Hyper Ether. I think that's all of them. I thought there was a tab somewhere in here. Oh, there's one more. 5,000 gold. Maybe it's in the first room. I thought there was a tab somewhere on the floor. Oh yeah, there it is. Power tab. Take that. Alright, so we don't need to do this, but stop at the end. so we'll talk to Fiona, and that'll finish this side quest and give us, again, one of the more iconic cutscenes in the game. Oh, we actually want to bring Robo into the party. Because Robo volunteers himself to stay behind for the next 400 years to fix the forest. So, there he is. He's out of our party. Only temporarily. So, we'll just get back in the epoch, jump to the present day. And the forest is back, and there's even a new cathedral built here. So real quick while we're here, just so we don't forget, there's a store down here somewhere called the Snail Stop. There it is. So we want to buy the jerky from this guy. It's almost 10,000 gold, but we can afford it. How much do we have anyway? Yeah, we can more than afford that. So yeah, 9,900 gold. It better be the best damn Slim Jim in the world, right? But we do want that in our inventory for another side quest that we'll do probably fairly soon. If you tell him to play a fast song, he plays the music from the bike race in the future. Anyway, check out this new shrine. A lofty Robo. So she has some good items here, actually. The Vigil hat in particular. We will eventually grab a sight cap. Well, I guess actually the sight cap's the only one we can afford at the moment. The Vigil hat, actually, we will want to grab at least a couple of eventually. But we can wait for now, since we just bought... We just used like a third of our gold reserve to buy a Slim Jim. So Luca, you're gonna have to fix him again. Oh, he's back online. So yeah, this is the camping scene. That's, again, kind of iconic. Yeah, there's never a definitive answer in the game as to who this entity, or what this entity he's talking about is. Some suggest, God. Some suggest it's Lavos that is kind of creating his own time loop history. I think the most interesting theory is that the player is actually the entity, In this case, I am, or if you're playing the game, you are. And since this is, I think, the game that introduced the concept of New Game Plus, it even comes with its own built-in time loop. Certainly if you just replay it. extra side scene for Luca. Everybody else is asleep. So Luca goes back to her own past here. So it's Lara, L-A-R-A. You can actually fail this, and it doesn't affect the overall story, but if we stop the machine successfully, we'll see Lara walking around in her house. If we go there, she walks in the ending, I believe, too. I think the item Robo gives us, I don't think we get if we fail it, but I could be wrong on that. We might get it either way. Yeah, I think you only get that if you enter the password successfully to stop the machine. So the Green Dream, basically, if I remember right, and we'll confirm it here, yeah, it's a... I don't think it disappears from your inventory, but I think it's a one-time per battle auto-reanimate. Basically, it just casts life on you automatically if you fall in battle, if the character wearing it falls in battle. It's unfortunately not all that useful. I don't think I've ever really used it, but it's there. We're probably getting close to a point where we can put a different item on Ayla too. There are farmable items in the Black Omen especially that we'll want to get, but yeah. Anyway, so that completes that particular side quest, so I think we'll head back to the end of time here and decide which one to do next. You don't have to go back to the end of time either. I'm thinking the frog one is probably a good one to do next. Yeah, let's do that one. I think that one's a little bit longer. It doesn't have the cutscene afterwards, but the quest itself is a little longer. So we'll take Frog. Who else should we take? We'll take Magus again to build up his remaining skills, and I'll take Robo too. Actually, when we are able to, let's switch to Luca, I think. We'll take a look at how many skill points they need for their next ability. How about that? 646, 709, not a huge difference. But yeah, let's swap Luca in. We'll do a magic heavy party, and fire comes in handy as an element in this quest, so we'll land the Ekbok and then switch. So this is actually an area we have not been to before. I don't remember if it was changed in the DS version, but in the Japanese version, I'm guessing that almost definitely wasn't soda he was drinking. That's probably a cover. A Nintendo of America mandated cover for alcohol. Grab a few full tonics. We actually have a good number of mid-ethers. Yeah, 5 more. So unfortunately we won't get too far with the ghost. So I think we actually want to go back to medieval times for now, if I remember right. It's the same inventory as the guy in the present-day version of that town. Hang on to Toma's pop. I guess they all say the same thing. Alright, so let's head into the ruins. So now it's free of monsters. They're free of Cyrus's ghost there, but there are monsters here that we need to clear out. And since they're undead, fire is the best element to use on them. That's as far as we can go there for now. Ooh. Through there. So, let's make a quick stop at the inn here since we ate that MP Buster on Magus. We'll actually head to the present day and get the tools. By the way, we're taking these 400 years in the past, so he ain't getting them back. Alright, so... Alright, so where was the guy in this time period? The cafe, I think, again? Yeah, we'll just leave the epoch, we can just walk. Maybe we have to go to his house first. Come on, you lazy blokes. It's probably more like, come on, you lazy blokes! My terrible Cockney accent. Alright, so yeah, now we can go to the room. We have to do this, I think, 3 times, going back and forth to clear the monsters. Basement first. No, they didn't fix that hole yet. Alright, so we'll go upstairs first. fire just pretty much wipes these guys out. That's all of it for now, so go back to the guy. So let's give Magus his magic ring back too. I forgot you had to pay for it after the first time. Fix this now, so we can go through here. And this is actually where we get Frog's ultimate weapon. And this scene is a little awkward when you have Magus in the party. Magus is just standing in the back like, yeah, sorry about that, bro. I guess it's like, you want me to wait outside or anything? Awkward. Oh, he actually does change his pose there, doesn't he? I don't know if I ever noticed that, because I always had the text box over him. Yeah, they actually addressed this. That's kind of cool. changes his epitaph. And that's the wrong menu. So yeah, the Masamune powered up is now Frog's ultimate weapon. It supersedes that Brave Sword by quite a bit, and we can put the hero medal back on him. So that's all we can do in the basement of the ruins. We'll go back upstairs and clear monsters for the rest. And I think we only have to go back to the repairman one more time. Those two holes are still there, as is that one. Alright, well, we'll go back to the guy. Yeah, that's the last time we need to go to the repairman. Alright, so through here is a chest. We'll actually leave that chest for now. This one will power up. And then there's two more all the way in the back. Alright, so we'll hop in the epoch again. And just like the other chests that we could power up before. We can get them in the present day, and then we can go back and get them again in the past. And the name of the site changes from Northern Ruins to Hero's Grave, also. So we'll grab this one now. That's an elixir. So that's actually strongest armor in the game, the moon armor. At least the strongest that any character can use. I think there's a Magus exclusive armor that's actually stronger, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and put that on Chrono, I think. The Sheave Edge, I think that actually is stronger than the Swallow Sword, so unfortunately we never really got to use the Swallow on this playthrough. The Sheave Edge, I believe, is Chrono's second strongest weapon, and then this should be the ultimate for Marley, I believe. Yeah, the misspelled Valkyrie. So we'll go back to the past and get the other ones, especially the earlier version of that armor, because the Nova armor that leveled up into the Moon armor is very good in its own right. It's you can get more Nova armors. You can only, I believe, get the one Moon armor. But there is a place where you can steal other Nova armors later on. Should be able to get this chest again too, the elixir. Yeah. And I believe the Nova armor is male exclusive, so confirm that, yeah. Marley can't use it. So Robo's 189. Chrono's 195, and he already has the moon armor anyway. I guess Ken use the Nova armor, but he'll get his strongest armor very soon anyway. So I think we'll give it to Frog. We will be able to get at least one more Nova armor later anyway. So then his Ruby armor we can put on Robo. Yeah, that looks good. And then we don't need them, but we'll get the non-powered version of the two weapons up here, too. And that'll complete this side quest. We do actually now have a full set of Marley's weapons. Let's see how these characters are doing on their techniques, incidentally. Yeah, pretty good. So let's stop at the inn. Alright, so I think a good one to do next would probably be the Aussie's Fort. So for that one, we'll put Magus in the lead. We'll put Ayla in for a reason, and let's put Robo in for this one. And we actually don't even need to time jump here. But we might want to, just so we don't forget to open the Giant's Claw. Pour one out for our homie, Toma. That's the Toma's Pop item. So yeah, in the medieval era, that dungeon will be open. We'll do that one soon, too. Alright, so we'll do Aussies 4 at first. That's another fairly short one. So that's there. Oh, we need to jump back to medieval times. There we go. Alright. So here we go. Let's drop a save, too, since we haven't in a while. So yeah, Aussies 4 obviously is modeled on Magus's castle, but it's kind of funny because it's like the traps don't work in it. It's all like, you know, the low-rent knockoff. So, when you fight Aussie Slash and Flea all at once, they have good stealable items. I don't think they have them yet. Yeah. These first battles, I don't think they take too much to beat either. That one. Yeah, he's a good example. He has the thing where he pulls up the monsters like you did in Magus's castle, but they just fall in a hole. Alright, Lurch. Easy. Level up for everybody, too. So this room actually has a hidden area which has, I believe that's where Magus's best equipment is. But if you just walk away from that trap, this guy kind of eats the result of it for you. so now we can actually grab that. And then down here is this hidden room, which has the Doom Sickle, the Gloom Helm, and the Gloom Cape. I think the Gloom Cape is actually even stronger than the Moon Armor, but it's exclusive to Magus. And yeah, that's his best equipment. So, first thing we want to do is charm each of those items from these guys. Which might take a couple tries. Should have done that attack. But we have the heal beam lined up. It's probably worth using, while Ayla's trying to charm these items, it's probably worth having Magus put the magic wall on, especially Ayla and Robo, because they do both have low magic defense compared to the other characters. Still didn't give us the Aussie pants. There we go. So it actually might even be worth taking out Ozzy now before even trying to charm items from the other two, just to stop them from doing that triple tech counter. Might as well put the magic wall on him. So we probably don't want to attack all of them. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to Dark Bomb Ozzy. Let's actually see if we can get a double tech with Ayla and Robo. Oh, damn it. You only have to beat one of them? resetting. Sorry. Sorry, do over. This, we'll be dividing the side quests, I think, into multiple parts in and of themselves. Yeah. I totally forgot that. You only have to... maybe it's you only have to beat Ozzy, or maybe it's you only have to beat one of them. Alright, let's see if we can end this quick. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, Gleason, come on. Just do that beast toss on Slash, that'll probably one-shot him too, for this battle. Here's your one chance, Slash, don't let me down. Yep. That. Alright, here we go. So we need to make sure to charm all 3 items before we start attacking one character at the same time. So let's put up the magic wall on Ayla before she even does the charm the first time. And it would be nice if we got the Aussie pants on the first try this time. Oh, such luck. Alright, got that one. The Slasher 2 we don't really need. We'll get it, again, for inventory completion's sake, but the Flea Vest we might actually want to put on a character, and the Aussie Pants are kind of a joke item. The Aussie Pants have the highest. They're a helmet, and by putting them on your head, Aussie's nasty boxers give you the highest defense of any helmet, but I believe they put a bunch of status effects on you, I think including Confuse. So we got the Slasher too. Could have gotten by just with a Cure Beam for that one. And there's a Flea Vest. Alright, we got all of them. So now we'll just concentrate the attack on Aussie. Because I think, if I remember right, and again I could be wrong here, but I think if you you can take out a Slash and Flea on their own and it won't end the battle, but apparently if you take out Aussie, it ends the battle automatically. We'll get that Beast Toss double tech on Ayla and Robo. Just one or two of those should do it. Safe. I wonder if the Boogie, which is a stop effect, I wonder if that would work on these three and make it easier to charm from them. Too late to find out now, but that might have been worth a try. I always forget about the Boogie move. Sight Cap, I think we already have one of those. Yeah. Alright, so, the Flea Vest, or Flea Bustier in other translations, might actually be worth putting on Robo for now, for the boost to his magic defense. It actually catches him up on magic defense, even past Ayla. It also drops his speed down, so I think we have a couple of speed tabs, so let's give at least two of them to him now. That should get him up to 9. So we have 2 more speed tabs, so we could give one to Marley and another one to Robo, I think. Let's do that. And then we'll finish this side quest. We will use all the tabs we have by the end of the game, but So yeah, the Flea Vest, again, is pretty good magic defense boost. The Aussie Pants, which again is a helmet, is the strongest helmet, I believe, in the game, but gives us status effects, and then the Slasher 2 is the third strongest sword for Chrono, so if we'd done this quest first, we could have used it for a short time at least. So yeah, his trap just drops us into the previous room. Defeated by a cat. That's realistic, right, Tab? She is sleepy right now. You actually get a better line from Magus if he's in the third party slot there. He says, the past is dead, it was all just a dream. Which is, I think, a good line. So yeah, that's the end of that side quest. Let's see how, oh yeah, he's getting towards the black hole move. Alright, so what do we want to do next? Let's check back at the end of time first. So, there's the future, there's the Sunstone, and there's, the Rainbow Shell. So, we'll do the future one, and maybe we'll save the other two side quests for the next part. I'm not actually going to switch Chrono in, but we'll do the future one, I think, now. And, put, Frog, let's put... I'll put Luga in. Yeah, we can see if we can get Flare on her. Ayla still needs her triple kick, too. So, we want to go to that southwestern island there. There we go. Drop a save. Actually wouldn't be a bad thing to have Chrono in this part because he has lightning spells, but Magus has lightning too, so... quite a long gauntlet. Okay, so yeah, we need to find something that'll short that guy out. It's actually the same switch pattern as the Phantom Train stopping in Final Fantasy VI, as I recall. Alright, so there's one of the dolls. And let's actually just go around this way first. Almost would be worth putting that silver stud back on Magus. It would drop his magic attack a little bit, but he won't use up his MP quite as quickly. Let's go ahead and do that, because we're going to be leaning on lightning a lot. Where is it? Silver stud. There we go. That's a spicy meatball. That was 50,000, I think. Yeah. So where do we go now? I forget. Already did that. opens. Save point. We didn't need to use that mid either at all. Huh? Just trying to remember which way we should go first. Nice jump, Robo. Mega Elixir, that's always useful for the end game. We have 2 of them already. Black hole on Magus. So this is where we put those dolls. Put that one in. When we have the other one, it'll open the way to the boss of this area. So we know why it's called the Geno Dome anyway. Go up here. Actually, there's a tab right there. There's the switch to reverse the conveyor belt. Go here first. Kind of a delay on that animation. So I think now we'll go through here, reverse the conveyor. Open that. It's already been in there. Okay, so how do we do this again? Oh yeah, we have to get the energize Robo's body in this pod here. And then we have to get to that other pod up the conveyor, which is why we reversed it, so we can go on it fast, walk on it faster. There we go. There we go. And we get this guy to follow us, and he'll continually get hung up on the scenery, just like the cat in the fair right at the beginning of the game. Come on. Come on. Come on. Need to get him up here, and yeah, so he locks the other one in place. We got a vigil hat, that is a good item. It actually protects our status, and it has a high defense rating too. I think we're gonna put that on Nadia for now. We can get more of them, and we'll also get better helmets eventually than for other characters, too. Yeah. Let's drop a couple of magic tabs, too. There we go. Alright, so I'll grab that doll. And then we can go this way again. It's a very personal battle for Robo. It's his robot girlfriend. So Robo actually has two true names. His serial number and Prometheus, which, if you wanted to change him to a true name, that wouldn't fit in the text box. Let's actually see how that damage compares to Uzi Punch. Oh yeah, that punch actually does more on her. She has all the same moves Robo has, obviously. permanent speed and magic defense boost for Robo. That's not a bad thing for him. He may not even need the flea vest anymore with that. Could even be worth putting that on a Ayla, although that would just leave her at the same. There's the wall ring. We could give Ayla a wall ring. Yeah, in fact, why don't we do that? Just for now, anyway. Alright, so I don't think I've ever used this party lineup for the fight with Mother Brain, which is not the same Mother Brain from Metroid, obviously. Nation of Steel and Pure Logic. That's a good line for a dystopian sci-fi book. Kind of mirrors the fate of the Reptites, doesn't it? In fact, let's see, who should we use for this battle? Robo and Luca are almost on their final technique, too. Yeah, let's switch things up. Let's put Ayla in. Robo has to be there. Let's throw Chrono in the back spot. Let's stick to Magus, I guess. I don't think we've used Chrono at all on this this session so far. Yeah, baby. I guess it's like, what the hell, dude? What am I, chopped liver? Yeah, so I guess my Robo broke that barrier that even the Terminator never could. I now know why you cry, but it is something that I can never do. Alright, so these screens behind her will continually heal her. But if all three screens are taken out, she changes her attack pattern, she gets much faster, and kind of goes haywire. I think she uses a bunch of, like, group attacks. So what we want to do is actually leave one of the three screens intact. We'll leave the one on the right, so Magus can still hit his Dark Bomb. So we'll leave that screen. That one will still keep healing her, but will do enough damage to more than offset that. What are you doing? Actually, Boogie might stop the screen. Let's try that. It does. We actually stopped that screen, so we'll get some free hits on Mother Brain here. There's a good tip for you. If they take out two screens, cast Boogie, and you'll actually stop the third one, and it'll make the fight go that much faster. Alright, so we'll do Spin Kick, and then we'll have Magus keep doing Dark Bomb. the stop wears off, we can just, oh, that did it. I was gonna say we could just do Boogie again, but yeah, without that thing healing her at all. Took her out pretty fast. So the Terra Arm is nominally Robo's strongest weapon. If he's on low HP, the Crisis Arm is actually stronger while he's on low HP. I never really have the patience to keep him at low HP to use the Crisis Arm, which is otherwise his weakest weapon. It's actually below his Tin Arm even, that he started with. But yeah, if he has under 10 hit points, the Crisis Arm actually gets way stronger even than the Terra Arm. I don't really find it worth using. Alright, so we'll save the Rainbow Shell quest for next time because that's a longer one that ties into Marley's reunion with her father. But we will, since we got Black Hole on Magus, we'll go over and get the Sunstone. We might as well do the Sunstone quest. Yeah, he woke up and has some zoomies, it looks like. So the reason I saved this till Magus has Black Hole, we'll find out momentarily. We should probably put some, she actually can put on that ruby armor. So that should be good for fire defense, actually. So we have to fight this thing, which is kind of a gimmick battle. It's a roulette thing. The reason I waited till Magus has Black Hole is because you can actually use Black Hole to absorb 2 of the flames. So the roulette will, you'll only have 3 to pick from instead of 5. It took 1. I think if we use it again, it should absorb the other one on the bottom. We'll try it anyway. Still no. So it's a roulette thing again, and only 1 flame will transfer damage to the eye in the middle at a time, and it continually rotates them. Black hole again. Come on. Usually it takes out 2 of them. Just having no luck on this this session, I guess. Oh, maybe that one is the one that's currently its weak point. So yeah, let's try the black hole again after it shuffles to see if that will absorb that one of the other flames. Well, let's try attacking that one, and maybe that's the reason it's not absorbing. But that's actually the... Oh, I don't know, it did the miss counterattack. Yeah. I don't know why it's not absorbing that one. Alright, it's that one on the left currently. Damn it. One more try on the black hole. know. Usually it takes out 2 of them. I don't know why it's not. One more try on it. Oh, now it is. That is the one that's damaging it. Actually probably worth Magus putting up the magic barrier on himself, since he doesn't have quite as strong a fire defense. Yeah, I don't know why the black hole was only absorbed that one flame. Usually, again, it takes out 2 of them. I just didn't want to do that this time. Alright, so this is the Moonstone. Or, it's the Sunstone, which has been turned into the Moonstone. Alright, so obviously the fact that it takes 65 million years to restore is a hint. So what we want to do first actually is find an Enertron or something to restore our health, since we're in the future. Let's just go to the Protodome. That one's in the lobby. It's a little closer to where we want to go. Alright, so this island that looks suspiciously like Triangle Island in FF6 is where we want to go, but we want to go there all the way back in the prehistoric past. "24 hours a day." I guess that does happen certain times of year at the poles in the real world, but this doesn't seem to be a polar region. It's starting to glow. Tab actually comes off of it there. Yeah, it's starting to get there. Let's go one more time period. Up. Oh, what? So we'll stop after the, do that. We'll stop after the Moonstone quest for now. There's still another one or two side quests to do, but we'll save that and the Black Omen for next time. So we'll still have one, maybe two more parts after this. So that house has mysterious sparkles coming off of it. I didn't even mention a moonstone, so that means you must know something about it. There's a chest here. Alright, I'll take it. Alright, so here's what we want to do. If you remember, we bought that piece of jerky. This is where that comes into play. So we'll go back to medieval times. See, you have some jerky. 10,000 G. So we actually want to turn down the money and just give it to her. Here you go, snap into this. Ooh, yeah! Alright, so enjoy your Slim Jim. Alright, so while we're here, let's grab a Vigil hat. Or, actually, we can't in this time period. Robo's still working, by the way. Still, the Robo we left in the past is still here. We went to the future and got him back, obviously, but let's actually see what Fiona says about him. And then we'll jump to the present day again. Yeah, and he actually changes what he's doing every time you enter and exit a building. Alright, so go to present day. Yeah, let's grab a Vigil hat or two while we're here. I can actually grab two of them. We will get more of them and we'll get even better items, but that's probably enough actually for what we need. We'll put one on Marley. She already has one, never mind. We'll put one on Luca. I think she has the second lowest defense, so yeah, she'll get one. And probably, yeah, it's not, it's worse than, I guess it's Gloom Helm. So I think out of who's left, it's by a narrow margin, but I think Frog gets it. And up here, they replace Robo on the little pedestal with a little sapling. Alright, so... and we go back to the mayor's house, and because we gave his ancestor that jerky for free, his entire personality has changed. Oh, thanks, man. Alright, so we'll put it back in place in the Triangle Island. I think we can get to that if we just go this way. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, that's Guardia Castle. Go this way. Alright, so now we'll go to the future and pick it up fully recharged. There she blows. I guess it wants us to put Luca in the party. So that's Luca's best weapon with an asterisk, which is that it does random damage. If it gets a critical hit, it does, like, really high damage, obviously, but it can also randomly do very low damage. I think there is a... it might even be the Sunshades, I think, or maybe it's the Prism Specs, but there is a way I think you can game it, but, I mean, how often do you really use Luca as an attacker anyway? Those Sunshades might be worth possibly putting on Chrono for now. Even though they ostensibly lower his attack power. I'll double check that after the part if it's really worth putting those on him now, because when we get the Prism Specs, we'll want to put the Prism Specs on him as his final piece of equipment. Alright, so... let's go back to the end of time and kind of camp there for the end of this part. We don't need to, but... see how everybody's techniques are doing. Robo almost has his last one. Luca's not far away. Magus still needs some work on his, and so does Ayla. But we'll use Magus and Ayla in the Black Omen, so if not before then. So I think the Rainbow Shell was the only major side quest we have left. Yeah. So we'll do that one next time. The Rainbow Shell quest. We'll do the Black Omen, and then, depending on how long that all takes, because we'll probably want to run through the Omen 2 more times after the first. Depending on how long that all takes, we may finish the game next time, or we might save the final battle for its own part. But either way, we're definitely in the shank of the game at this point, definitively. We're on our way to finishing. So, let's see how we're doing on time, actually. Yeah, we'll definitely beat this save file's clear time, for sure. So, yeah, we'll pick it up next time with, possibly the final part, possibly the second to last part, but, the last long part, anyway, will be next time. So, yeah, we'll get the Rainbow Shell, we'll get the last few ultimate items, including Chrono's best weapon, and we'll do, the Black Omen at least the first time, maybe the second and third runs, too. We'll see how it goes next time. Anyway, so, for now, thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and, we will see you again real soon for, most of, if not all of the rest of Chrono Trigger. So, have a good night.